La. Yeah, we should do church here. Nice and clean, right? So we got for day pass, right? We can come back again?
It's just forenoon.
Oh, I see.
It's forenoon or afternoon.
Yeah, we come back later, right? Maybe tomorrow afternoon we come back here. Not today. Then we do church practice.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, look at this, beautiful Buddhas. Yeah.
Oh wow, gold leaf.
Carving. Oh. Definitely. This is very special here. So that's the temple, one of the temples here. Lagare. Ngema Rinpoche ngazande Kyabje Tijang Rinpoche, Lama Rinpoche de pe. De Songju nas. Aya Yunzin Ling Rinpoche pe Songju nare. Ngazo top pe Lama Chu top. Pe Kao Sangpoche. So one time Kyabje Tijang Rinpoche was here. He gave teachings. And we did a talk, Guru Puja talk. Another time, Ling Rinpoche came, and there were lots of monks here, 500 monks everywhere. We were all standing here and doing puja. We did a Guru Puja talk. So this is very special. I have special memories. Yeah, very holy.
They sat right here?
Yeah, they built a throne. There was this fence is not there.
Okay.
They built a throne up there.
Okay.
Kyabje Tijang Rinpoche sat on the throne. All the geshes, lamas sit here. A lot of monks sitting down there, everywhere. Yeah.
Where did you sit?
Oh, I don't remember, somewhere. No. Gumde junge. Pege chungo kosa dirida. De pege. Chaba mendo. Desho. Okay, let's sit here.
Okay.
We meditate. So, subject of the teaching for today is Four Noble Truths. So this is the right place to talk about, and this is an auspicious place, and to talk about Four Noble Truths. And noble truth of suffering, noble truth of cause of suffering, noble truth of cessation of suffering, noble truth of path of cessation of suffering. So Buddha was enlightened in Bodh Gaya, right? On the 15th day of the full moon. Then after he got enlightened, then he did not teach for 46 days. Why? Because there was nobody there who can listen to the teaching. At that time, Bodh Gaya was just jungle, in the jungle. There's nobody there. So who's going to teach, right? So there's nobody there. And so Buddha said, okay, I'm not going to teach for 46 days. Then Buddha started walking from Bodh Gaya towards here. And how many kilometers you said?
200.
Huh?
Yeah, 200.
Yeah, 200 kilometers, yeah.
3 days.
Yeah, 3 days. For Buddha or us?
Walking.
Yeah.
For Buddha, maybe like this.
Yeah. It's up to depends how fast you walk, right? Buddha can walk maybe in 10 minutes, going like this. For us, maybe take 1 month, 200 kilometers, or maybe 1 month. Who knows? Depends on how fast you're walking. Anyway, Buddha arrived here, and there's a place down east this way, Chaukundi Stupa. Dine ma pena kilometer chik yore. Sanji jamde ne dang boy phairwa. Ko nga de sang bo jesa dine ma yore. Dine ma de the jaga ki de radio station yore. All India radio station DT yore. So it's about 1 kilometer down that way. There's a big mount. That's the place where Buddha first arrived, and he met 5 disciples. So he arrived and he made the 5 monks, sadhus. They were former, he's what they call companionship. They were traveling together. And then some point they broke up. Buddha said, I'm going to meditate under the Bodhi tree, do the asceticism. And the other guys just keep going. They came here. So then Buddha arrived. And then they knew, because he was enlightened, right, by their intuitive feelings. And of course Buddha sent the energy to them, say, hey, you guys, you should know that I'm enlightened. Buddha never said one word, right? So they knew. So then they keep coming. And then they said, he gave the first teaching on Four Noble Truths. See that building there with the roof? Yep. See that building? Not building, that the roof. The blasa soisha chikduwa. Sanji chio tangpo sungsa ngune dinde re sigyo re. Chio sungsa. Pacho de. De do lele chik toka chidowa. O de re sigyo. Tatanda jache jatamba nga dhakwaya umare. We don't know exactly 100. How do we know, right? But in any case, it doesn't matter. It's this where Buddha said. Then the 5 disciples, they said, please now teach us, turn the wheel of Dharma. That Chosongro Nas, Sanjel, Chosongro, Shua Timber, Shun, and Sanjel Chosongro. So the first one, they request, please teach us whatever you appropriate, right? Then the Buddha said, okay, in Nganzu Pabekil and this Pagina, Dine Dongan Pabe Dembao. You say, Dine Dongal Pakbe Dembao. Dine Kunjung Pakbe Dembao. Dine Ngokbe Dembao. Dine Lam Pakbe Dembao. Demba Shi. Demba sir. So we call Four Noble Truths. Nanzo Pabekila Demba, Demba. Demba sik the Demba the Zumba ni yorwa. Zumba si the Jakzin shen Dukja Shad. Demba si the Muni Tangbo Tangsha Shajero. Then the Tangbo race. Nye Sanjima, Nye Tani Charanzo, Dungagi Kola Shegi Yins. Dunga de Nye Shia de Be Jacha Jatamba. Demba Yins, Tela Nuntu Mesungore. So Buddha said, I'm going to teach you noble truth of suffering. This is the truth. This is the real thing. There's no false, no fabrication, no misinterpretation. And I'm going to teach you noble truth of suffering. First he taught about noble truth of suffering. And then after that he taught about the noble truth of cause of suffering. Okay? The very first teaching after Buddha became enlightened, he taught suffering. Suffering. So many people in the West, they ask why Buddha taught about suffering. The very first teaching. Sounds like bad news. Suffering, why? Why didn't Buddha say, oh, enlightenment is wonderful, I'm going to levitate, you guys all should levitate, you guys are going to enlighten. He didn't say all those good news. Buddha never say, hey, hallelujah, I have good news for you. Buddha never said that. And I have a bad news. He says suffering, we're all suffering. Now you can understand why, now this time, we can understand why the Buddha taught suffering. You see, how much suffering in the world, right? So many wars. Like in Gaza, so many people dead. Like 30, 40, 50,000 people killed, dead. Women and children, innocent babies, they all dead. Israeli bomb, right? So much suffering. Then in Ukraine, Russia, fighting, last 3 years, suffering, bomb, missiles, drone, so many people, maybe 500,000 people dead. Yeah? Same like Sudan, everywhere in Africa, Asia, everywhere. Korea, Japan, and there's always ready to have war, like North Korea, missiles. Now you can see why Buddha taught suffering. The Buddha knew, because there will be more suffering in the world. There's no escape. Yeah, there's no escape, right? So this is why Buddha said, you have to understand. Because in order to practice Dharma, you have to understand suffering. 당한저 처마 성대가라 당보 동하게 거 멍보 송도 송고에 밑수 세계요 산지에선 동하 시부송도 가르레 동하 송고에 당한저 점불로 동하 멍보 시위요 해만이요 단달 산 동하 머르 막 망투제 투버제 지금도 어떤데 산지 챙겨요 야 동하 당보 동하 삼로다 네 동하 거는 내가 닝지 지그러 닝지 제네 엄마니 베면 산지 저도 산지 제레즈라 파고 제레즈 닝지 하러와 소와데 제준 로마라 소와데 에네 저 야보제 냠래 야보제 고메 야보제 저 야보제네 산지 투그러 저 야보 용하라 동하면은 동하하고 동하하면 저 요요 말이 동하 said suffering is in the Kadamba tradition. In the Kadamba, many books teaching by Atisha, by Geshe Potawa and Sharawa and so forth, says that suffering, teaching on suffering is the cause of Dharma, because suffering gives you the motivation to study Dharma, awareness of Dharma. If you don't understand, there's no motivation, no awareness. The suffering, understanding suffering is very important. The two cause motivation of our Dharma practice. And then that's the beginning, suffering in the beginning. And halfway through your life, your Dharma practice, and you need to understand suffering, meditate on suffering. That makes you keep going your practice. Always reminding there's suffering, so much suffering, right? Keep going. So meditating on the suffering in the middle course helps to enhance your Dharma practice. Then at the very end of your life, when you get very old, and you know you're old, your body is falling apart, you're suffering, right? Then you meditate on suffering, that makes you to do more practice. This is why meditation on suffering is very important. So we look at ourselves, our own lives, right? We went through so much suffering. I mean, we're not suffering all the time, right? But generally, there's a lot of suffering, minor suffering, major suffering, suffering as a child, and lots of malnutrition, abuse, this and that, neglect, so much suffering. As you're growing up, a teenage, a lot of suffering, what they call growing pain, teenage people growing pain, suffering. Then you get married and you're suffering. You don't know who's wife and husband, partner, trying to find the right person, can't find one, and suffering. And then you got midlife crisis, suffering. And then after midlife crisis, then your menopause, suffering. Men also have a menopause too. I heard that. Not just a woman. And the suffering. And then you get old age, suffering. And then your death, suffering. See, it's full of suffering. This is why Buddha taught suffering first. Okay? So, all these four. So now, okay, we understand that we have suffering, no problem. No problem understanding suffering. But then you start thinking, why there is suffering? Why are we suffering so much? Why the world has gone through so much suffering? Why? Why can't everybody just live peacefully and happy and always happy, Why can't we live like this? Because there is a cause. Cause in Tibetan we say kunjung demba. Tibetan word is kunjung, means truth of all causes. So what is the cause of all the suffering? The cause of suffering is kunjung, means delusions. Delusions and karma. We are suffering because we have delusion. 동아 망보 연구에 진세 가래 유가래스 동아게 주디 뉴몽바 두숨 도차 해당 두무 나자 타도 만주 정말 여러 도차여 해당여 룽나 타도랑 콜 둘러야 보시는 거 나갈매 콜 주저야 보시는 나갈 주저고 콜에는 몰라 모래야 보시는 거 나갈 모터고 타도랑 이제 근데 타도랑 뉴몽으로 야보 말어 도자 해당 두무 나자 시위인데 nga professor yi, nga keba shiwi, nga doctor yi, nga shiwi, nga chukbo yi, choran su chukbo re sha, keke yang mo ango choran su, nga su chukbo yi, nga ja shikdo, doja shedan tumo nga ja. So attachment, ignorance, jealousy, anger, I'm very this, I'm that, so much me, I, ego, big ego, So we create, because of that, we create all the bad karma. Tan doja shena tumo ngaje chene le sak lenge basak yorwa. Dikwe le mangposa, gewe le yaposa, mangposa matu wache. Ene pena nima chikla gewe le sum shi matu satu. Dikwe le mi samlatang bare, kora rangshim automatically dikwe le sagore. Dikwa shida sandi misi maulo mambole dikwa sarwa. E chewa ngamal dikwa sarwa, chewa ndila dikwa sarwa, chewa tinde chen dikwa mambo sanene dunga yungore. So we create so many bad karmas due to our ignorance, attachment, and greed, and all that, all these things, then create a lot of bad karma, right? So not just you or me, everybody does the same thing. Human beings are same everywhere. We create so many bad karma. See, look, how many animals killed every day? I was watching, Jack Ma, Alibaba guy. He said in China they kill every day millions, billions chickens every day in China. Millions and millions chickens killed. Ima re la cha yorwa. Saya mongbo sigore, sha saya. Alibaba sigore, sigdwa, Jack Ma. So it's not just China, in India, so many people, right? India has more than 1 billion people. China has 1 billion. How many animals you killed every day? Chickens and birds and pigs and goats and animals, right? So much killings, and also group karma, bad karma. That nganzo thangma ge nganzo mi jirere lunzugu chone cho duja lawe amare mi thangma chibaro. Ganga ge dikwa mangbo nyamzo sagayar. Pena nganzo supermarket la chikchi sha nyo, che nyo, shingdo nyo, ramar nyo ro. Oto so songe sha nyo, sha nyo di semji segor, tundu segor wa. Ta jala tulo nyo, tulo sudi kala yang, kondo legan ramar dachi, dunishin ramar dachi. Tindi china kanga nyamdo la dikwa sagayor. So everybody creates so many bad karmas because today the world is what we call consumer society. We don't live simple life. Long time ago, people lived simple life. In India, majority poor people eat just rice and dal and chapati, and that's it. Wear some saris, dhotis, lungis, and simple life. Live in simple houses, right? And same in Tibet, in Ladakh, Bhutan, the same. People live simple life. Yeah? Now we're not simple. So many people have cars, and iPhone, iPad, all this and that, and big people want to build big houses, and everybody want hot shower, everybody want this and that. Consumer society, more and more supermarkets, and then you get order this and that from Amazon. Buy this, buy that. Everyone all connected, right? That you can buy online, and you don't have to do everything is delivered. All that, so much going on all the time. So then we do a lot of good stuff. Of course, I'm not saying bad. Everything is bad. That's not fair. No good, but we do lots of good things. Okay, I'll talk about the good things later. First I will talk about. So we create so many bad karmas, right? This is why world is suffering. We are suffering. All humanity is suffering because so many bad karma created. This is the second noble truth. Noble truth of cause of suffering. That dunga dembas, tangpa demba shina dunga demba shi. Niba de kunjung dembas. Sadhu kunjung dembas kunjung se kunjung sangma yungsa de se gore kani yungure se ne dosha shena tumu ajani kanga majiwa kanga so se majiwa subo madewa kanga tini yungu yare kunjung dembas. So why is called the noble truth of cause of suffering? Because the delusions and karma are the cause of suffering. That is true. Alright, two. So these are called four noble truths. And why called noble truth? And in Tibetan we say Pakpe Demba. Pakpa. Pakpa se Chanju Simba Yarwa. Chanju Simba Pakpa se. And simply to know Pakpa te Madaya. No, we say Tibetan word. Pakpa and Pakpa, two different words. Pakpa is Janjusimba, Bodhisattva. Pakpa is just pigs, the different accent. Okay, so this is a noble tooth of the Bodhisattvas. Tooth. Now, why we say tooth? Tooth, right? Because this is how it is, the real. There's no doubt. Because the Bodhisattva saw it. We're not talking. I'm not just talking. I'm not saying I know or I saw everything. I'm only teaching what I studied Dharma for many years. I studied in Varanasi, Sanskrit University, 3 years. I did my master's Sanskrit, 1971, 72, 73. Long time ago, yeah? I was a young Lama, only 22. Now I'm 76. I studied Varanasi, Sanskrit University. In Sanskrit, I say Sampurnananda, Banaras, Sanskrit Vishvidalaya. Vishvidalaya, which they saw Sanskrit University, Sampurnananda. Sanskrit Vishvidalaya. Vishvidalaya means university. Okay? So, I'm not a Sanskrit scholar, but because Sanskrit is not a speaking language, it's like Latin, only script, right? For example, in Rome, Roman Catholic, they read the priest, Catholic priest, they read Latin, right? The Pope and all that. They don't speak Latin. Anyway, so noble tooth of cause of suffering, tooth. So I'll tell you example, what it says. For example, if you take one hair, okay, put in your hand, you cannot feel, right? Just one single hair, you cannot feel. But if that hair, if you put you inside your eyes, oh, you can feel, oh, my eyes are hurting, I don't like this. Please, put some eye drop, take it out, right? So that's how it is. So, the ordinary people don't understand the suffering, subtle suffering. Nazo mi jigdemba yorwa, dunga ki juda dunga tamudinde haku yomare. Su haku su haku pakba janju sumba zakang chengyor changma, asa haku mare. So the Arya Bodhisattvas who got realization of shunyata can understand the most subtle suffering, all the suffering. Just like putting the hair in your eye, inside the eye. Even the subtle thing, Arya Bodhisattva know all the suffering. We are like you put the hair in your hand, we don't feel anything. That's us. We don't understand everything what's going on. We don't know how the Four Noble Truths is all connected. In everyday life, every moment, we are going through the Four Noble Truths. Okay, you go down chai shop, yeah? You drink some chai or coffee, you go to the Four Noble Truths right there. Because first you're suffering. Oh, I'm suffering, I'm tired, I need coffee, yeah? I need some caffeine, because you're suffering. Right? That's the first Noble Truth. Second Noble Truth right there, in the cause. Because you say, oh, I'm tired, I need caffeine. That's the cause, right? Then you drink the coffee, you feel, so nice. I love coffee. That's the cessation of suffering. Right? Now the path of cessation of coffee, you go and get the coffee, paying the money, pay to get coffee. Then you get it, coffee, right? So then you can get temporary relief. You feel, I feel so good now. I like this coffee. I want to drink again. Where did you get this coffee? Where come from this coffee? From Assam coffee? Maybe from Sri Lanka coffee? Maybe from Bhutan coffee? Maybe from Nepal, Himalaya coffee? Or maybe from Java, Africa coffee? Maybe the best coffee is Columbus, or Colombia, right? Or many coffee. I shouldn't say best. There's so many coffee, right? So this is how it is. So you see, every activity we do is Four Noble Truths, right? So the noble truth of suffering, noble truth of cause of suffering. Dine dongang pakpe dembao, dine kunjung pakpe dembao. Buddha said this. This is noble truth of suffering. This is the cause of suffering. The cause of the suffering is delusions, different kinds of delusions, karma. Okay, then Buddha said, now we have to get rid of all the suffering. We have to get rid of all the cause of suffering. Da nganzo dunga demba hako songwas, da dunga demba ju, kunjung demba hako songwas, da hako inse da dunga meba sogores. Ju doja she na dung meba sogores, so tugure ves, so tugure, so ina so tugure. Taba kusho so tugure, ani chomo so tugure, taba ani memba pomoda pu yorwa chananzo. Suina, poina, moina, pomoina, pomolo chunjina, miloch, sama, show yabo chevina, dunga demba, dunga meva soturi, kunju dunga juyor, meva soturi. So semrava. Che said semre. Samba sana, satan lamyang sangs, and the Namjin Chans Hokurwa. Samba sana, satan lamyang sangsa. Samba ngena, satan lamyang nges. If your mind is pure good, and then your path is good, result will be good. If your mind is bad, so much ignorance, anger, hatred, then your path is bad. Your life is bad. Life is no good. How can you live peacefully, happily? How can you eat peacefully? How can you walk around happily if your mind is always agitated, and confused, and angry, right? Samba sana satan lamyang sang. If your mind is good, then your path is good and the result is good. If your mind is bad, then the path will be bad, result will be bad. Your life is no good. It'll be simple, right? So, the noble truth, third noble truth is cessation of suffering. Ngokbe demba, ngokba. Dengan tu berbeza lang ngokba sih, ngokba sih di dunga meba, dah sangma dah jumpa ngokba tahu sah. Da jomba, kombato, dunga meva. Doja shedang tumu ngaja tado sangma meva so. Then da jomba kombato ora. Samji the gela this arahat. Nandangalundi gilung sobo jamdu dundo. Namo tassa bhagavato arahat sama sambuddha sa. I take refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and Arahat. Arahat means foe destroyer. In Sanskrit, arahat. Arahat means foe, destroyer. Foe, in English, foe means enemy. Dar or da. Namjing as a das, topo the da the nyes or da. Mune da the solution, doja sheda dumu, naja the dari, chilo da yomare. So nan doja sheda dumu meva so in it, then it dark and meva chattering. So, foe destroyer. Who is foe? The real foe is an inner foe. Attachment, ignorance, anger, all the delusions are inner foe. Ego is our inner foe. Foe destroyer, arhat. So when you become arhat, when you reach the state of foe destroyer, then you reach tarpe kombato. In Tibetan we say tarpa, means liberation. You reach the liberation. In Theravadan Buddhist tradition, it's called nirvana. Samjita kela nirvana. Nirvana means liberation. So you are liberated from samsara, liberated from all the delusions. No more going back, coming back to the world, going round and round and round. We call the wheel of life, korwa. Nanzu segera begedo korwa kors, korwa dungagi jatso las. Korwa kosana dunga chengbu pemse jamso naji ting sawo pe chengbu yore korwa dungagi jatso korwa se dan korwa se kondu korwa kon joya yomare. So wheel of life in English, wheel of life. Docha shedan tomo ngaja teni chega nanchi chewa chewe donga geve donga nave donga chewe donga tene bardolando tene yanje chewalang yanje pukuchi chewalang ya lo cher chen gengo cha tene she yanje chewalang kora kon zoya yomare yun zoya taba mato bado taba to sone tene chewa lusin go koya yomata. So when you reach nirvana, then you cut off the wheel of life. Cut the wheel of life. Like a church practice. Church means cut, right? Wheel of life. No more wheel of life. Finish. So then that is called the Arahat. Drajambe Komba. Tarba Top says, that Drajambe Komba is Jikba Jijare. Tarba Top in the Drajambe Komba Tore, Drajambe Komba Tore in Tarba Top Sare. That is that Gogden, Go, said the Pege, Pevegel and Go, says Go is the Kangoch. You never, Tawani, you never go, never saw it. Gogden. So we say, noble truth of cessation. In English, cessation, cessation means no more. Noble truth of cessation of suffering. Now, how do you reach this cessation? How do you reach nirvana? Then, Dajambe Kombanda, Tarba Kanis Towaris. They told any Demba Shin and Lamji Dembas, Lam Yamlin. So, in order to reach nirvana and cessation, you have to practice path. Lamrim, we have a text. Nanzu pecha mongboyari. Giluba nala jezonga bak. Lamrim chemo. Lamrim yori. Kaju nala gamboba yori. Je gamboba. Gamboba samse lamrim yori. Takpo tadje. Ene nukba nala dongwan sangba jari yorwa. Nukba lama mambo lamrim pecha mambo yori. Sakyaba ina kunzo lamde se pecha. Nanzu chulu shiga sangma le yori. Lamrim said, Sanji Kumba, Tabatondu, Lamgani Andorra, Lamrim said, Tambo, Niba, Sumba, Shivandus, Kale, Kalandor. Sanji Kumba, Lel, how Lamsa Toya, Patapat, the Kale Kale, Yamlin. So Lamrim is you go step by step, like walking up the stairs. Gradual path to enlightenment. Lamrim, you practice Lamrim. This is the path to enlightenment, path to the Arahut, path to Nirvana, path to Buddha. So now we have so much teaching, right? This is all Lamrim, noble truth of the path to cessation of suffering. So the Buddha first came here, gave teaching on Four Noble Truths, the great one. The second great teaching he taught in Rajgir, Nalanda. Rajgir Chanda Pesason, Rosason, Jagupumburi. Jagupumburi. Sanji Jamden, the church called Chishu Nibadi de Sonore. Shirchinji, do. Nibadi. Somebody, the fire never listens to me. Vesa, Laisali, such a kujo, the Kaboyer. They choose on. And then Sanji Gunglo, Sumju Subdula, Sanjay. Buddha obtained enlightenment when he was 37. After enlightenment, he gave teachings for 46 years. That's Sanji Jamden, the Gunglo Sumju Subdula, Sanjay. Then Gunglo Jajut Chani Badala, Chosoni. Low Shibji schedule Choson. Low Shibji schedule da. Pekta Katin Chimgarawa. Koramba Shingla Yangel Mande but Choson, Takbar Choson. Then Yaga Chaba Mabatangawa and the Monsoon Sigdoa. Ben Dubala Chaba Mabatangawa, Yaga. Nebale the Kasaka Tangadoa. And the Yama Pia Yomar Kabu Chabatan, and any new using an age doa. New Lechanda Lesway. Lemaswa. New user. Shravasti. You go up from Nepal border, Lumbini, and up this way. You have to go from Banaras by train to Lucknow. From Lucknow, you can go by Shravasti. You can actually go from here. You can hire a van, go to Shravasti. It's about 8 hours. Even he taught 25 summers in Shravasti, because summer you cannot travel, so much rain, rainy season. So Buddha stayed in Shravasti 25 summers, gave teachings. The place called Jatawana Grove. New Kungavo, Deme, Kasande, Sejinji Kungarawa, Sechidwa, and the Babekela, Sejinji Kungarawas, Dela, Yaga Chosone, Loni Sangara Chosone. chusung. So Saraswati is very beautiful. Last time, one time we did a pilgrimage. We have about 15 people. We rented a bus, actually bus. We went from Varanasi, from here to Saraswati, about 7 hours. We got there. Then from Saraswati, we took the bus took us to Lucknow. From Lucknow, we went to Delhi. Saraswati is a very famous place. They have a big stupa built by Thai people. Thailand built a big Saraswati. So anyway, so the Buddha gave teaching there, and all these places, there's common teaching, sutra. Dan do yora, nganzu chodela, do da ngas, ni yore. Do chode kasa kala song yore, saja. De Varanasi dandine, chagu pungpuru, nye yo dandine, yang bache, kasa kala song. Tantric teachings, he taught many secret places, Tantra. Tantra is different. Buddha taught Tantra not for common people, only for special disciples. In other words, when I say special, he didn't say, oh, you're special, you're special. But what it means, like people who have lots of realization, right? And yogis and yoginis, enlightened one. Buddha gave teaching. So in this world, we have 5 very important holy places. Actually, there are many. In India, there are 8 holy places of Buddha. But there is actually whole world, there's 5 holy places. Okay? Center in Bodh Gaya. Bodh Gaya. Nubla Ujjain Singh. Ujjain. Guru Pema June Tungsa Ujjain Singh. Ujjain Khandu Singh. Tanda Pakistan yori. Swat Valley. I've been there, but now you cannot go. You can maybe, but too many problems, Pakistan. Too many dangerous Taliban running around, machine guns everywhere. Very scary place. I went there 25 years ago. Swat Valley. There's a Ujjain Khandu show. Guru Pema June Tungsa de. Khandu Yorwa. Ujjain. Ujjain Khandu. This was bothering my throat. And so center, Bodh Gaya, west, Ujjain Singh, Guru Pema June Tungsa, Guru Rinpoche Tungsa Rawa, Khandu Singh Reta, Khando Mata, Khando Mambo Yarangema. And then it's Changla, Shambala. So Bodh Gaya is center, west is Uddiyana, in Tibetan we say Ujjain Singh, Uddiyana in Sanskrit. In north is Shambala, east Wutai-shan. So Shachola Jana Rivutangas, Jana Lumbali, Rivutanga, Rivut Ringa Yore, in Jambiang Nere, Jambia, Javyang Kabo, Javyang Nagbo, Javyang Mase, Javyang Arabaza, Javyang Karen, Singida in the chick, Jambiang Nere, Wutai-shan sa. Nazu Pagela, Rivutanga, Jambiang Nere, Chenswa. Da locho la tere, tanda di Baden Repung, Teokorki, Teoji Kolo Sungsa tere. Baden Repung. In India, it's called Amravati, down south, Andhra Pradesh, South Rwa, Andhra Pradesh, Amravati. This is supposedly where the Buddha gave teaching. There was a great stupa, it's called Danakataka stupa, Baden Repungi Choden. So this, the Choden Chimbuchi yore, the Choden Ninglama, Balden Repungsa, De Mambundu Yapongshan, Choden Kawa Chimbushi yor. So it says, Baden Repung, Danakataka means like pile of rice, very holy place. So you see center, east, west, north, and the Shambala. Now where is Shambala? This is hard to understand. There's 2 versions of Shambala, okay? Because you remember that Dalai Lama gave Kala Chakra initiation. His Holiness Dalai Lama gave Kala Chakra initiation. In Tibet, Panchen Lama gave many Kala Chakra initiation. Famous in Panchen Lama give Kala Chakra initiation. Kala Chakra, Samtrita Kerwa, Nganzu Pagela, Teokor, Teoji Kolo Wangchen, Mambo. That Shambhala says Teokor Nere. There's 2 Shambalas. The Shambala ni yore. Jang Shambala Shinkamla Shambala ni yore. So there are two kinds of Shambala. One is the pure land of Kalachakra Shambala. You cannot go there. Only you can go there if you are enlightened or you can eject your consciousness to Powa. Powa Jamneni, Nandu Tungalagala, Powa Jamni Shambala, Shingam the Ligure. Yeah, they remember Shambala, Chang Shambala, Sindini, and the Pearl under Perne, Rinpoche or Ne. Then ya Nubla under the Xinjiang and Jami and the Kachilumba, Xinjiang. Xinjiang ni Pa and any Kazakhstan, the Uzbekistan, the Wachila Resta, Mambushi, Hakwayamare. The Sa Yomata, Kachipe Mebaso, Nema, Shambala to Tumbado, Tungchi Chayorde. Jabo Yore, Shambala Jabo. Jabo, Dawa, Chuja, Dawa Sambo. Jabo Nisanga Yore. Don't go. So, two kinds of Shambhala, Pure Land Shambhala, and then Shambhala on earth. So I translating the guidebook, Shambhala guidebook, written by 6 Panchen Lama. There's altogether 7 different guidebooks. One famous one written by Nepalese Acharya. And they all talk about how to get there. So first you have to prepare to go there. You have to prepare for 3 years. You have to retreat, Kalachakra, do lots of purification. You have to take lots of herbs, make yourself very healthy, and vigorous, strong. And then you practice law. Then na dangbo be lo sum someday. And then tungo someday. Then lamo oseche mag yamneche. Then tan dogre. Nami tagi. Then ba Rinpoche ya. So there was many stories. Panchen Lama, 6 Panchen Lama went there. He come back. They say he even bought a mango, Shambhala. Why mango? We don't know why. Because mango is very good, right? And then there's another Tibetan man called Rinpoche. Nan Duyula Rinpoche Yorwa. Rinpoche Gomba Yorwa. Dung Yorwa Rinpoche. Rekaju Barwa. Nema Pela Rinpoche Yorwa. Jabu Yorwa. Kaju Yorwa. Rinpoche Kajure. And then Rinpoche Kera Chambadwa. Rinpoche ba Ngawan Namjel. Ta Chambu. Korapumbu Polang Hemba. But Shablong on Yota Mambu. Yimbung ba Ngawang Jigdak. Jigdak de Ngawang Namja Pure. Korangi Shambhala Lami Triore. Pay Abuyore. And the Korang Semdanga Power Tungsa Sana Shambhala Dugis. Ne Power the Shambhala Jetsarita, Power Tugan Dugis. Dutu Yamare. A Korangi Milam Tan, Milam Shambhala and Doyagi, Milam Mambo Tantini Chin, Lami Tiner. Lami Abuyore, Pay Abure. The Koran Misitella. Shambhala and do 2 yomare. Then the Tungala Tang and Dugis in the Powajar. Powajin Koran Tungsani, Shambhala and Dor. Shambhala Doni Koran Power tourists, the Lugia Payore. So this famous Tibetan guy called Rinpoche Ngawang Jigdak, his father was very famous. He believes his father gone to Pure Land, Shambhala, and he want to go there. And he actually thought he wanted to go now. He was so excited, anxious. He had a lot of visions. He wrote guidebook. It's kind of like a novel almost. It's very interesting to read. You step at how he traveled, right? For 1 year traveling. So many problems, obstacles. He had good times and bad times. Anyway, at the end of his life, he couldn't make it there. He was exhausted, burned out, totally burned out, wiped out. But then when he died, then he said, okay, I can go now. My consciousness go to Shambhala. So that's the Shambhala, right? Dokor, holy place. So this world has all these holy places. The Bodh is the most important one. We're going there. You feel the energy, so powerful. You walk down to the temple compound, you feel like the earthquake is going on. So this Sarnath is very gentle, light. You see beautiful trees, lots of birds, peacocks, nice, kind of, yeah. So, path to cessation of suffering, right? So now what path? We're meditating, we practice our path every day. Da lamdes charanzu cho yabuche, nyamle yabuche. And then digir da yabu. And cho yabu song ah. Charanzu paru nere paru marwa. La. Jaga sandam re. Yeah. Paru ngando manyo. Tak sang yarwa. Andogi. and they begin Nepal Sanjay Nyamba Rinpoche doa. Koran Rupare doa. Tungsa. Parul Yesungudu. Sanjay Nyamba Rinpoche Lama Peta Chimbo. Sanjay Nyamba Rinpoche Tanda Kanjuluna Nimari reported some the word. He's from Paro. Very special Lama. Yeah, that and this to say. Okay, good. Gewandi nyoda lama sanje dojone dowa chicha maluba chechi sala Gobaresho Chanshu Semcho Rinpoche Maji Banam Jejurchi Kiba Nyamba Mebaya Kone Kondo Pewasho. Oh yeah, that's it. Thank you. Thank you.